Hey guys, LukeRipa here, welcome to a new episode of LukeRipa Collection here on Wikos. Again, yet another steelbook, and it's for a movie that I grew up watching. I remember going to the theaters to watch it when I was 5. I remember exactly the theater. It was a small theater where we used to go, Monte Campione, during the holidays way back then. I watched a bunch of movies there, including Inspector Gadget, the one with Matthew Broderick and Rupert Everett. I should watch it again on Disney Plus. I remember to love it, by the way, but again, I was very little. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice theater. They would actually screen new movies, which was great back then because it was a very popular location. Anyways, I think it was also the last swashbuckler western that actually worked, because of course the last accurate swashbuckler that worked are the Pirates movies. But since then, we haven't had a movie like this, which has a lot of practical effects, although it has some stupid creative choices in there. But I mean, I loved it when I was a kid, and I also can't wait to watch it again because I haven't watched that in years. And the movie I'm talking about is Martin Campbell's The Mask of Zorro. Of course, this is an Italian edition, so it has the Italian title. And it's really a movie that I've been longing to watch again for a very long time because it brings back so many memories. I remember being scared for a very long time of the opening, and I'm not talking about the opening sequence where you will see Anthony Hopkins, like the prologue, but the opening titles where there is Zorro in the dark doing and then there is, like, you know, the title crawl that explains to you the context. Really, I was scared of it. I think it was the soundtrack and everything. I don't know. Anyways, can't wait to watch it again. So without further ado, let's go and look at it on the table. So here it is, the front of both top and bottom covered by a piece of paper. You can see the camera. Okay. And we have the classic poster of the movie, Antonio Banderas behind the Z on fire, piece of paper telling us this is the 25th anniversary edition. The main cast, Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins, with the Italian title of The Mask of Zorro, La Maschera di Zorro. Steelbook edition, reminding us it's a 4K Blu-ray combo. Spine, we have the title in English, thank God. That's the original title I always prefer. Behind, we have a classic artwork for the movie, as we have Antonio Banderas, Anthony Hopkins, and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Review quote here, and about the movie, special content, we have deleted scenes and trailer on the 4K Ultra HD, whereas on the Blu-ray, we have audio commentary from the director, documentary, 2 deleted scenes, and a Mark Anthony and Tina Arena music video. Credits, of course, worth reminding that this was executive produced by Steven Spielberg with Amblin Entertainment, right by Martin Campbell, of course. In terms of audio, we have Italian, English, French, and Spanish in DTS HD Master Radio 5.1, and English in Dolby Atmos, whereas German, Hungarian, Portuguese, Spanish, Thai, and Czech are in 5.1 Dolby Digital. Subtitles: Italian, English, English for hearing impaired, Arab, Chinese, Croatian, Czech, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, French, German, Greek, Hindi, Hungarian, Korean, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Slovakian, Slovenian, Spanish again, Swedish, Thai, and Turkish. Again, plethora of subtitles. I think the 4K Blu-ray is a global release, I guess, at this point, I don't know. Standard Blu-ray instead only has Italian, English, and Spanish in DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. That's it. Subtitles pretty much the same. Of course, it features Dolby Vision as well as Dolby Atmos, and of course, it's a completely region-free release, as it is a Sony release despite being locally distributed by Eagle Pictures. You see it here. Anyways, without further ado, let's unbox it. So here is the front, the classic poster only, no extra graphic, really just Antonio Banderas silhouette behind the Z on fire. Really like this minimal approach. Let's turn it around, and we have Antonio Banderas fully in costume as Zorro, holding the sword. Let's open it up. We have the 4K Blu-ray, which makes it clear with all these logos that it's a universal release, or almost universal release. At least it's a whole European release. We have Italian, German, French, Benelux, UK, Ireland, and the standard Blu-ray over here. Both feature different artworks in classic Sony style, to be honest. Really cool. Let's put them here. And here is the interior, which is a still from the movie. I think it's when Antonio Banderas first meets as Zorro, Catherine Zeta-Jones' character. So overall, really cool looking steelbook. Really glad I added it to my collection. Let's put everything back. So here it is, the 4K Blu-ray combo for the 25th anniversary edition steelbook of The Mask of Zorro. Again, this movie really was part of my childhood. I enjoyed it a lot since the first time I watched it, or when it released basically. Though years later I found out, I don't know if there were there when the movie released, but there were some disliking, would say, about Anthony Hopkins playing a Mexican in the movie, because he's playing Diego de la Vega and Anthony Banderas is another character. But I think it's a really great ride to be on, and I can't wait to watch it again. I read that the transfer is majestic, much like most of, if not all, Sony releases. So again, Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision, 1998, 35mm, can't wait to watch it. Of course, if you want this edition, I'm gonna leave down below an Amazon affiliate link for Amazon Italy. Again, complete region-free edition, so you can import it safely without any worry. And of course, if you do so, you're gonna help Wikos with our content, so we would be much appreciative of you buying from our links. Anyways, did you watch The Mask of Zorro? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and or follow Wikos on all social media. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, and Twitch. Also, if you're Italian, every Tuesday at 7 AM, we release our podcast, Il Wikos Podcast, where we talk about movies and TV shows, and sometimes gaming and tech. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name is LukeRipa, and I'll see you next time.